Really wish I could figure my blinds.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, Before we get started, I just want to encourage you to set your space nice. If you have any background music you'd like to play, any candles or scents you'd like to put into the air, definitely makes a difference in your practice. And whenever you're ready, feel free to just join me. We're going to start on our backs today. You can let your legs lay long or even plant the feet on the ground. Press the whole back into the ground if that feels comfortable. You can let your palms face up and let your body relax here. Take a nice deep breath. Let yourself take up space. And as you exhale, feel your body become heavier. Let the eyes close. Gaze soften for a moment. Just coming into yourself here, noticing what temperatures you're feeling, what emotions you're feeling this morning. Taking note without judgment and letting it go, letting it seep out of you into the ground, blow away into the sky, and bring your awareness back to the breath. Bring your awareness to arrive on the mat. Inhaling deep, expanding through the belly, ribs, and chest. Holding the breath in, letting it move through the body before slowly exhaling out. Another deep, full inhale will raise arms overhead. Take a full body stretch here, reaching through the feet and the toes. And we're gonna just take a banana shape each way here. As you exhale, you can walk the heels to the left, rock the wrist and shoulders over to the left, keeping your hips exactly in place. We make the shape of a banana. A deep inhale into the side body here. And we'll exhale, come back through center. Take it the other way, walking the ankles, feet to the right. You can even take the left ankle over the right and taking the shoulders and the arms to the right as well. Banana. We'll inhale, come back through center and draw the knees back in towards the chest, taking a nice big hug, lifting the shoulders off the mat, bringing the forehead to touch the knees. Tight hug here, hug it in. Give yourself some love, gratitude for being here today. And we'll release our head down, shoulders. We'll take the arms to a T and just gently let the knees fall to the left. We'll take the knees back through center, let them fall to the right. We're going to go back and forth here a few times, trying to engage to the core a little bit as you pull the knees back through center and drop them to the other side. Feel free to get the head involved, turning the gaze opposite of the knees every time. And we'll inhale, come back through center. We're going to grab the outsides of our feet, bringing the arms inside of the knees. We're coming into a happy baby. So just trying to open those heels away from each other and trying to pull the knees down towards the ground, towards your armpits, feeling the whole back flat, stretching long through the neck. Feel free to add a rock side to side. And we'll add some movement here. We're going to straighten the legs, bring them right above you. Kind of just pull the legs in as close towards you as you can. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees if you're feeling tight. And we'll grab the outsides of the feet again. Just open the feet wide, come into a happy baby. And straight back up, extending both legs together, flexing the toes, pointing the toes. We'll release the left leg down, pull the right leg in, grabbing along the calf, ankle, or you can even take your two-piece fingers, grab the toes, and just try to pull the leg in close. Bending into the right knee, cross the ankle over the left thigh, and we pull the left thigh in towards us, a reclining pigeon pose here. You'll want to feel like that right knee is drawing away from you, pushing away. We'll come back through center, extending straight through the left leg here and release the right leg down. Just getting a nice stretch here, breathing a few times to release the tension. Might feel a little bit deeper sensation if you flex through the foot. And we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh, pull the right thigh in. Pigeon and release. We're going to take another hug the knees in, lifting the shoulders off the mat and keeping those shoulders as lifted as you can. We're going to extend the legs straight out, the arms overhead. We come into a hollow body shape. So really feeling the pelvis. Yeah, pelvis is lifting, belly button is pulling back towards the spine. We inhale, pull it in, take a ball. Extend long, hollow body hold. Ball it in. We're keeping the shoulders lifted, activating through the core. Extend it long. Pull it in one more time. A tight hug. And extend long, hollow body hold here. Breathing, lifting off the shoulders. Roo, you got it. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Go ahead and plant through the feet. Knees pointing up, arms by your side. We're going to just gently lift the hips here into a bridge pose back bend. You can even reach your heels, your your hands towards your ankles and heels if you'd like. Kind of bringing the shoulder blades closer together underneath of you, really lifting through the hips. Feel the pelvis lifting, belly draw in. This is a back bend and is always really nice to do after activating through the core. Perfect. Bridge pose. We'll exhale, release the hips down, hug the knees in, and we're just going to start to rock here. Back and forth a few times. So lifting the hips, rocking forward. We're trying to gain some momentum. So if you can, try to gain enough momentum to stand, plant the feet, lift the hips, and release into a fold. Finding a forward fold, you can stay pretty bent in the knees here at first. That would be pretty nice. Maybe pedal the knees a little bit, straightening and bending. We'll inhale, halfway lengthen, hands come to the shins. We find a flat back. And we exhale, release into a forward fold. We'll plant the hands, step the right foot back behind you, dropping the back right knee. Inhale, rise the arms up into a low crescent lunge. If it feels okay, you can gently take a back bend a little bit, just bringing the gaze up. Exhale, plant the hands, We're going to gently push the hips back, straighten through the front knee, flex through the front toes. We're in a half split here. Just getting a stretch through the hamstring before shifting the hips forward. We're going to bring the back foot in to standing forward fold and take the left foot back out. Drop the back knee. Inhale, rise into our low lunge. And exhale, we plant the hands, push the hips back, straighten through the front knee. A half split pose, squaring the hips. One more exhale here. We'll send our hips forward. We're gonna keep the hands planted in front, but send this front right leg back into a tabletop position. In our tabletop, we'll find our cat-cows, draw the belly down, open the chest forward. And exhale, press through the shoulder blades, push all the air out, feel the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, belly down, chest open. Exhale, round it out. We'll go one more each way, find your breath. As you inhale, open. Exhale, round the spine. Coming back through neutral, we'll keep the hips right over the knees. Just gently walk the hands forward a bit and let the chest fall down towards the ground in a puppy pose. You can open wide through the arms here if you'd like. Feel better on the shoulders maybe. And bringing our arms back through center, we're going to just keep our forearms grounded, palms pressing into the ground. We're going to shift forward, bringing our shoulders right over our elbows. Tuck the back toes, straighten through the back knees. See if you can find a nice forearm plank here. Again, engaging through the core. We'll drop the heels to the right, reach the left arm up to the sky. Left forearm down, back into a forearm plank. The heels drop to the left. We reach the right arm up to the sky. Side plank. Move right forearm down. We hold our forearm plank here for 2 more breaths. Nice deep ones. And on your next exhale, slowly lowering all the way down to the belly. We'll bend the back feet in. We're going to grab the insides of our feet and just try to pull the feet in. If you need a strap or anything, you can wrap a belt, a tie, anything you can use to help bring your feet closer to your hands. Just pulling the feet in. And then we'll just try to take a gentle back bend bow pose. Pushing the feet back into the hands, we gently lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. See if you can lift the thighs off the ground as well, really squeezing the glutes here. Inhale, open the chest. You should really feel it in the shoulders as well as the feet kick back into the hands. Exhale, release. We'll plant the hands right under the shoulders. Take a gentle cobra here, lifting the chest, squeeze the glutes here. You can extend the elbows all the way if you're ready. And we'll exhale, push the hips back to our heels. Take a child's pose, round through the spine. Tucking the back toes from here. We're going right into our downward facing dog. So whenever you're ready, straightening through the knees. Lifting the hips as high as you can into the sky. We're just trying to pedal maybe the feet out, add some movement here. So just settling into your down dog. Really letting the shoulder blades come back into place, them falling away from the ears. And you can even look back towards your belly button a little bit. We'll inhale, round forward into a plank. We're just going to do a vinyasa, half vinyasa here. Forward into plank. On the exhale, feel free to bend the knees here, drop them, or take your chaturanga, elbows tuck into the side. We lower to the ground and hover above the ground, gazing forward. Inhale, we're going to press up and forward with the chest, upward facing dog, squeezing the glutes here again. Exhale, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Belly expands. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll inhale, lift through the heels, bend the knees. You can take maybe as many steps or one big step to the top of the mat, releasing into a forward fold. We'll inhale, halfway lengthen, hands to shin, flat back. Find length through the spine here. Before exhaling, seeing if you can fold a little bit deeper into a forward fold. We'll inhale, bend through the knees, rise all the way up to standing, reaching arms overhead. Before exhale, releasing, finding our center at the top of the mat. A moment to ground. A lot of power, a lot of energy coming up through the ground, through the body. We'll go through another sun salutation round here. We'll inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, waterfall forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, hands to shin, flat back. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're stepping back to our plank. On the same exhale, we lower to the ground. Inhale, pressing the chest forward and up, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So hopefully you're getting a sense, if you're new to this, of what a vinyasa flow is like. It's very repetitive. Every movement is synced with the breath. In our down dog, we take a cleansing breath here. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. You can step, or if you're ready, taking a little hop to the top of the mat. Releasing into a fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. And we'll inhale, rise all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, you can bring hands by your side or hands to heart center for a mountain pose. And here you just always kind of find your confidence, find your power, find space as you stand, but also grounding, relaxing through the legs. We'll start with a little standing sequence here. Okay, perfect. We'll start with chair. So we'll bring our big toes together, heels apart. If it's more comfortable for you to keep your feet apart, maybe if you have more wider hips, then you can explore that. We're gonna inhale, sit the hips back, bend into the knees, arms by the ears, chair pose, really active through the core. Pelvis floor is lifting and our pelvis is tucking. We'll inhale, rise, take the right knee, bend it up and lift, rise off the right foot. And we'll send the right foot back, grounding it back behind into a high lunge, bending into the front knee nice and deep. We find a high lunge. Inhale it. Exhale, we're gonna ground through the back heel, pointing the toes towards the long edge. Arms coming to a T in our warrior two. Gaze over the front fingertips and being mindful to keep a deep bend in the front knee. We'll inhale, take the front left arm back overhead, straighten through the front knee. This is a reverse triangle. And we'll point the front toes towards the long edge of the mat as well. We're coming into a wide-legged forward fold here. You can take hands to hips, take them to the ground. You'll want a slight pigeon toe, toes towards each other as you fold to protect the knees. Inhale, we'll rise. We'll actually walk. We're going to walk the hands forward, shifting the toes to point forward, bending into the front knee. Take a nice deep runner's lunge here, hands grounded, again staying lifted off the back knee. And we'll walk the hands forward a bit. We're going to lift off the back right foot, coming into a warrior three pose here. So the back right foot lifts, the toes are flexed, pointing down. And if you'd like to try, start lifting the hands off the mat, finding a balance here where our body is parallel to the ground. We're making the shape of a T. Whatever you'd like to do with your arms to help you balance, really just trying to straighten through both knees. And we're finally going to finish with a shrimp squat. If you can ground through the hands to try it at first if you'd like. We're going to bend into both knees, bring the back right knee in behind the other one. You sink low with the hips. Ooh, and we stand all the way up. Release into standing. Beautiful. Hopefully that went okay. We're going to do it on the other side. And we're going to do it again, then kind of building onto it. All right. So we'll bring our big toes together, heels apart. We'll inhale, sit the hips back into our chair. Just finding your strength here. Really feeling it in the quads. Get low with the hips. We'll inhale, come to standing, left knee rises. And we'll send the left foot back behind into a high lunge. Bending into the front knee nice and deep. Inhale. Exhale, pivot open, warrior two. Back heel grounds. Our hips are turned open towards the long edge. This is a lot of glute work here. You want to feel like your butt isn't sticking out. You're kind of tucking the pelvis, tucking the butt in. Inhale, right arm goes back overhead, straighten through the front knee. And we turn towards the long edge of the mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, toes slightly towards each other. Really trying to reach the crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. We walk the hands towards the front of the mat, turning the toes forward, bending into the front knee, low, a runner's lunge. Really sinking those hips low. We're gonna lift off the back foot now, finding a balance on the front right leg. And yeah, if you're ready, you can lift the hands off the mat. Just feeling the hips square to the ground and trying to straighten through the legs. Spreading through the toes. We'll go for our shrimp squat. Bending into both knees, the back left knee comes in. We sink low with the hips. And we'll stand all the way up, releasing into standing. Beautiful. Hopefully it's going okay. We'll go add a little bit more onto it. Coming back into our chair pose, big toes together, heels apart. Inhale, sit the hips back, chair pose. We'll inhale, rise. We're going to grab hold of the right knee this time, pull it into the chest, get an extra stretch here. And we'll go ahead, send the right foot back and behind, finding a high lunge here. Inhale, we'll straighten through the front leg. You can stay just like this, or you can try to lean forward with the chest with a flat back. It's a little bit challenging. It's a stretch and a strengthening. We'll inhale, come forward back into our high lunge, pivot open into our warrior two. Deep bend through the front knee. The front left forearm will plant onto the front thigh. The back arm reaches overhead, side angle. Our gaze is up, shoulders are stacked, chest open towards the ceiling almost. We inhale, come back up, straighten through the front leg, reach that front left arm back overhead into our reverse triangle. And then we'll pivot the front toes kind of towards the right corner, right front corner. We're coming into a goddess squat facing the long edge of our mat. The toes are kind of pointed outward a bit, and we're sinking low with the hips. Inhale, we rise, turning the toes a bit towards each other, releasing into a wide-legged forward fold. Walking the hands towards the front of the mat, bending into the front knee, runner's lunge. We'll add a twist here. The right hand stays grounded, left arm reaches up. Really twisting that chest open to the ceiling as much as you can. Exhale, releasing the left hand down. We're going to lift back off into our warrior three. So just trying to bring all the weight into the front left foot. And whenever you're ready, finding your warrior three, just seeing if you can go a bit further this time. Maybe last time, if you didn't have your hands off the ground, you try this time. Or if you'd like an extra balancing challenge, you bring the arms straight by your ears, extending them long. We'll take one more shrimp squat here, bending into both knees. Bring the back knee in to touch the back shin, maybe cross it behind. And then we stand all the way up. Release it to standing. Awesome. We'll take it to the other side. Big toes together, heels apart. You can find your center here if you'd like. Do a little shake out if you need. We'll inhale, sit the hips back into chair. Engaging through the glutes, feeling the belly pull in, pelvis lift. We'll inhale, straighten the leg, lift off the left foot. We pull the left knee in. Sending that left foot back behind into our high lunge. Ooh. Nice deep bend through the front knee. Straight and active through the back leg. Inhale. And we'll straighten through the front knee this time and try to lean forward with a flat back. No worries if it's just straight up for you. We'll inhale, back up, bending into the front knee. We're opening into our warrior two. Focusing the gaze, finding your breath. And we'll release the front forearm down onto the front thigh, reach the back arm overhead, side angle. Breathing as you reach those left fingertips towards the front of the room. Inhale, straighten through the back leg. The front right arm reaches overhead, reverse triangle. And we'll come back through center. We're turning the front toes towards the left top corner, kind of sinking the hips down into our goddess squat. Toes turn out. Really tucking the pelvis here. This is a big on the hips, a lot of hip work going on. We'll inhale, straighten through the knees, turn the toes slightly towards each other, releasing into our wide-legged forward fold. A cleansing breath. Inhale, halfway lengthen, and we walk the hands towards the front of the mat, bending into the front knee. Left hand grounds, right arm reaches up, taking a twist here. And exhale, release the right hand down, lifting off the back left toes and bringing your weight into the right foot. It kind of helps too if you find a point of focus, especially one that's kind of close to you, maybe on the ground close to you, acting as an extra limb to help you balance. So just finding your balance, trying to see if you can go a little bit further than before. And we'll take our shrimp squat, bending into both knees. We squat low on one leg and stand it all the way up. Release. Wonderful work. Awesome. We're going to take our feet wide, turn our toes out. We'll sink the hips here low into a goddess, our yogic squat or malasana squat. Maybe using your elbows to push the knees away. We stay lifted through the hips and pelvis. A nice active stretch. Feel the glutes engaged. And we'll plant the hands, lift the hips, turning the toes forward. Just taking one more vinyasa here. Step the feet back into a plank. We'll take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, pressing forward and up with the chest, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll drop the knees here, release the hips back onto the heels, and take a child's pose. Wonderful work. We're going to just gently push our chest up here. Tuck the toes underneath the hips, stretch through the toes, the feet, the bottoms of the feet. If it gets too uncomfortable at any point, you can just release the tops of the feet down. We'll take the right arm over across the chest. And we'll take this arm back overhead, bending into the right arm, kind of bringing that hand to the center of your upper back. And maybe meeting the other hand behind to grab the fingers if you'd like. Or just working towards it, opening up the shoulders. Release here. We'll take it to the other side. Right arm pulls across the chest. And we'll bend into the left elbow. Take the left hand right to the center of our upper back here. And really just being tall with the head and the spine. You can take the other hand, take it behind, reach the fingers towards each other. And release here. Coming onto your sit bones, releasing into a seat. Just gonna check the time real quick. We'll bring the bottoms of the feet together into a butterfly pose. So opening the bottoms of the feet here, like you're reading a book, you kind of open the feet, you can see the bottoms, it kind of gets into the hips a bit more. Inhale, lengthen, you can take a bind, and we'll exhale, fold gently forward with the chest. Inhaling back up, we're gonna find our boat pose, Nirvasana. So we lean back onto our sit bones. You can just bring your calf shins parallel to the ground for now if you'd like. Find a V shape with the body. Nice long spine here. Try not to round too much. If you really play with it, you'll notice it's actually really hard to sit on your sit bones instead of your tailbone. I have so much struggle sitting on my sit bones instead, so definitely experiment with that. See if you can start your practice early on your sit bones and not on your tailbone. And we'll release, bringing the bottoms of the feet together again, open the knees wide, take a butterfly fold. We're going for it again, lifting the chest back up. We lean back, finding our boat pose. Maybe if you'd like to add a little straight leg, or you can even do some toe taps. If you'd like to add a little spice. Just noticing your core here, pulling in, the spine is lifting tall. And we'll release, feet down, take a butterfly fold. One more time here, really pressing the elbows maybe into the knees, go a little bit deeper. Inhaling back up, boat pose one more time here. Holding your boat, maybe extending the knees straight if you can. We'll go for 3 more breaths here. Another deep inhale. Wonderful. And exhale, release into an easy seated pose from here. We'll just take a nice deep inhale, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, right hand down, left arm goes over, side bend. Inhaling back up. Exhale, side bend the other way. And we'll inhale, come back up, finding a nice, easy seated pose on your mat. And finding a center, letting your hands just rest on your knees. You can open palms up to the sky if you'd like. Maybe let the eyes close or gaze soften. Welcoming a deep breath to elongate through the spine, sitting tall. And a slow exhale to let the shoulders fall away from the ears, to let yourself settle and relax. A little bit of a shorter practice today, but this is all I have planned for you. I thank you so much for coming. And if you have any requests, anything you'd like to focus on, any feedback, so welcome. I please ask and encourage it. Um, and yes, I hope you carry this peace and calm with you throughout the rest of the day, and to see you again in the future. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.
Yeah.